I've not long set off to head up a big hill, quite a mountain, it's probably not quite a mountain, I think it's 700 metres or something, to hopefully camp up here tonight. I've left it fairly late in the day. There's always that feeling of, like, I feel like I'm rushing a little bit, so I'm trying not to. I do have plenty of time. It's about 4ish just now, I think, about 4 o'clock. So given that it doesn't get dark until 9:30, 10, and I've got a head torch anyway, I think we'll be right. Oh goodness, I had to get my hair away from me generally. It's very warm, it feels like just sticking to me. I feel like I'm making okay time. This is a kind of tough one as well, because I've got to carry all my water with me. Looking at the map, I can't see anywhere that I can get water further up. In fact, there's not really been any water sources since just the first half kilometre in. Just laughing because I definitely came up here once when this whole path was basically a stream. I remember it was during my phase of trying to wear like the 5-finger shoes. We all went through that phase. I'm trying to conserve my water. I'm carrying 2 litres. I've got to make my dinner, make porridge in the morning, and make at least 1 coffee in the morning, and have water to drink as I'm going up. So I keep stubbing my toe off rocks, and that's usually a sign that I'm a bit dehydrated. I mean, I suppose worst case scenario, I forgo my breakfast. It'd be awful. I guess I could just don't know. Actually, I was imagining not having coffee, and then I was like, well, that's not going to happen. Or not having dinner, I was like, well, that's not going to happen. So I'll just have to eke the water out. Okay, right, let's get on a bit. I wouldn't do it, but I think I don't hate it. I don't know what you think about that actually. I'm often too, I actually don't even know if you can hear me properly. Tell you what, let's get the tent set up. Let's get the tent set up, and I'll put the mics on. Yeah, let's get sorted. Let's make our go forward. What do you think over there? That look alright? Let's try. Please subscribe to my channel. Well, thank goodness for that whole setup. Remains to be seen whether or not I'll wake up in a puddle in the morning, but I don't really care. She's good, isn't she? Look, and look at the view. That should look pretty good in the morning. I love this tent. Do you know, like, one of the things that I like about it the most, I've probably said this before, I'm sure I said this before, so the trig point is up there. You can see the cairn, you can maybe see the trig point. And you don't have to get very far away from my tent before, like, she just looks invisible. I just love it. That tent is close to being the tent of my dreams. I don't think there is a perfect tent. There isn't. The Lanshan's an amazing tent as well. But I got that tent. Where is she? She's gone. She's gone. Can't see her. She's so camouflaged. Swallow my hair. I chose that tent because I watched like a wind test on it. They put it in like a wind tunnel and it just performed remarkably well. So I wanted a tent that I felt really confident with in the hills, but also one that is pretty stealthy. Talking of stealthy, I just got a Snug Pack Stratosphere. It's a bivvy bag with like a hooped bivvy bag, you know, it's with the head bits. I did consider bringing it, but when I say I just wanted to enjoy tonight, I think you can probably appreciate that a bivvy is quite cold up here, so I'd be stuck outside in the wind. It's quite cold. I know, bivvies have their place for sure. Look at that sun starting to come through and hit the hills. It's glorious. That's why you come up here. That's why you do this. Yeah, you do this for a lot of reasons actually. Let me see, let's get the wee tent in there and the hills. I'm hoping that we get a nice sunrise. The weather's to be good in the morning. There's really cute little birds that make like a wee beeping noise up here. It sounds like a key is running out of power. It's like beep, so often. Boop, boop. Oh, we'll appreciate the view a wee bit more in the morning. I'll just give you one more wee look at it and then I'm going to make dinner. A tent. Oh, the sort of downside to this tent is when I retreat inside, it's like me, like I've disappeared. Hello, goodbye, hello. So, take my shoes off because they're wet and I want to sit cross-legged. Just trying to decide if I need to pee first. I think I'll pee first. Anyways, I am going to have, glorious be good, 1000 calorie beef hot pot. It is worth 3.5 hours getting up a hill late in the evening to have your 1000 calorie beef hot pot. Do you know, every time with these wee gas cylinders, whenever I pull out my cook kit, I can smell gas coming out of them. I don't seem to lose much because there's still plenty of gas in it, but you know, I hope there's plenty of gas in it. Oh, that noise. I don't think there'll be anybody else up here now tonight. I mean, there could be, but it's forecast to rain tonight. It's raining over there, I think. Put about half of my water into that. Maybe needs a wee bit more. Yeah, it needs a wee bit more. I've came to the conclusion that a beef hot pot is the way to go. The other ones, I don't know. I had like the Thai one and I don't know, beef hot pot. It just feels like a really good meal. It's the longest 5 minutes of your life. Right, she's ready. See, for you it's been like 5 seconds. For me, it's been a lifetime. I mean, it looks like sludge, I'll be honest, but sort of beautiful at the same time. Oh, look at that beautiful sludge. Right, I am going to have this. I'm so hungry. I'm going to have this and then probably going to go to bed quite soon after that, to be honest.
じゃあね、また明日。
じゃあね、また明日。Bye. See you tomorrow. また明日. See you tomorrow.
また明日。
I think this is day 10 of learning Japanese.
花です。こんにちは。
Hana desu. Konnichiwa. I'm quite liking Japanese. I tried learning Scottish Gaelic before via Duolingo and I don't know, I did okay, but They seem to be doing better with Japanese than with the Scottish Gaelic. I'm looking outside because it just looks like this now. I've opened up my sleeping bag and I'm just tucked up underneath it. I might have to shut the tent though because it's starting to feel a wee bit damp in here with the mist coming in. Honestly, I think I'm probably just going to get into my sleeping bag soon and go to sleep. Maybe go to sleep. Maybe another hour yet. It's still about 8:30 now. Feels good being up here. Earplugs, eye mask, bedtime. Good night. Morning. That's nice, isn't it? We've got a person. I wonder if they were camping. It's nice. Just boiling all of the fresh water that I brought with me. And then if I want another coffee, I'll take the filtered stuff. Right, let's do this. It's a bit bad. It's off again. I don't know. I guess he's either camping down there and has just came up summit in a way, or just set off nice and early this morning. Like, he'd have had to have set off like 4:30 or something. What time is it? Yeah, it's like 4:45. But he thought he'd get the place to himself. Feel a wee bit bad. I was thinking about flying the drone. Imagine if I'd flown the drone over that guy. Oh, I'd have felt so bad. That is the downside to drones. Like, if you give a shit about other people, a lot of people don't, so fair enough. But, you know, people don't come up here to listen to Frankly a Gas Stove or a drone, or really, they don't come up here to listen to other people full stop. They come up here for the beauty and the quietness. Hey, there she blows. So noisy. I'm looking at it. Sorry, sheep. So I'm very noise sensitive, so I think about it for other people. And I know most people, not most people, but maybe it's about half and half, don't think about it. Oh, that's warming up nicely. It's a precarious little bag, isn't it? I think I need to make, when I did iron, I just used one of the old silver meal bags. But I think, oh, spinning my hands. I think I could make a specific thing to hold my little bag of oats. be alive. I just did that thing where, so I only just got a drone, and I used to be the person, I'm still the person, who's like, I hate drones. It's a buzzy noise. I really hoped, because I had a drone many years ago, and I really hoped that they'd be quieter now. They're not. So in the silence, the silence on top of the hill, I just flew my drone. And these are sheep paths. How do I know? Just know. It's quite devastating, isn't it? If you see that there, the forestry works. No, that is what it is. I try not to dwell on all these things too much. Never going to get bored of that tent. What I didn't say about the tent last night when I said it was nearly perfect is that it's quite heavy and quite bulky. I guess you get that when tents are a bit more robust. God, it's beautiful, my tent. So quite bulky, quite heavy. But I guess you get that with the more winterised tents. Clouds, what's that all about? I think it's time for another coffee. Ugh, quite looking forward to getting my Grail filter. These filters are pretty good. They take most things out of the water, but they don't take viruses out of the water. Oh yes. I've got decaf as well. But I feel like this is that second coffee date. We'll let that boil and then roll a bit on the boil as well for a minute. It'll be right. Probably could have drank it straight from the ground. There's not many sheep up here, but there's just enough. Oh, this is bloody glorious. I feel so at home up here. I actually think I feel more at home in the hills than I do anywhere else. I think that's just a human thing though, feeling at home in the hills. I think it's not really about the hills, it's about the quietness and the space, the room for your imagination and the lack of human construction. She says in her well-crafted tent, gas burner, cook set, microphone, camera. Yeah, well, you know what I mean, buildings. I'm being selective about what I mean. I don't really like technology, except for the technology that I like. Oh, goodness. As soon as the wind drops, there's some midges out. Gotcha! God, I hope I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Impulse. I think it's the space, the quietness, the lack of buildings, the natural surroundings, the lack of roads, the lack of construction. And somewhere in our DNA that still feels like how it should be. Yeah, so I'll let that boil for a wee bit. All very well and good, there's being no wind and that being nice, but oh my goodness me, the midges do not take long on coming out, and they're vicious this morning. Oh, they're going for my eyes. What is that all about? Oh, I was just checking the weather forecast there. There's due to be a little bit more of a breeze picking up, so fingers crossed. I'm not quite ready to go home yet. Cute little pockets, I don't know why they're cute, little pockets of clouds just sitting sprinkled across the hills, more maybe over there. I love watching it all changing as the morning passes. It's been a really hot day today. Well, for Scotland, for here, for the summer we've had so far. It's to be about 20 degrees. And yes, I appreciate 20 degrees is not hot if you live probably in the south of England. maybe even south of the Scottish border, or America. But for, for Scotland, 20 degrees is, actually 20 degrees is quite nice for me. I'm not very good, because I live in Scotland, I'm not very good with, I'm definitely Scottish, I'm not very good with hot temperatures. And hot for me is anything above 17, maybe 18. Decaf. I even brought oat milk, little sachets of oat milk up with me because, luxury. I've got my chair right. Luxury camping. That's probably why I plodded up the hill. I think I'll stay and have this coffee and then slowly pack up, and there's always a bee. Hey bee. I wish I could make it a thing to always have a bee in my videos. They always seem to appear. I could take it that there's my spirit animal. Spirit insect. I don't know, bees insects? I guess they probably are. Midges. I'm going to finish my coffee and then I'll think about, probably just think about packing up. Hate put my tent away. Hate it. She's so cute, this hill. So I believe as many as 8 planes have crashed up here. And I wasn't going to bother going looking for the wreckage sites because they're notoriously hard to find. But I just had a little look to remind myself, and I actually think one is maybe just over there. I feel like I want to go and have a look and see if I can find it. Go this way, bit of a breeze again. Only takes 8 miles an hour. Anyway, I believe it's 8 miles an hour of wind and they can't fly or they get blown away. I'm never going to be one of those Instagram and YouTube girls that do their makeup when they're on the mountain. I don't even bring a hairbrush up the mountains, as you can probably tell. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Midges. I feel like they're up my nose, they might be up my nose. I need 3 hands. Oh god. That's why people wear hats, isn't it? Oh, that was some battle between me and my sanity with those midges. I've kind of half packed away, put everything into my tent so it doesn't blow away. I'm not really worried about anybody stealing anything. So far I've not seen anybody since that guy at 6:30, whenever it was. So, turns out not a sheep path, goat path. As I understand it, the air crash site is on that bit over there that's sticking out. So it was right round about now that I started to accidentally film everything in slow motion. So when you film in slow motion, you can speed up the pictures, but you lose all your audio. So this is me heading off to look for the aeroplane crash site. And what I just pointed at there was this cairn, which I made my way over to, assuming that it was marking one of the crash sites. I didn't double check on the maps or anything. I just went ahead and used my instinct. Why would there be a big cairn there otherwise? I was having a little look around, couldn't really see any evidence of there having been a crash other than the cairn itself. So I had read that you could find bits of debris at various locations of the crash sites, but I was starting to think that this maybe wasn't one of them. And then I spotted just at the bottom of the cairn, somebody had placed a piece of what I assume is wreckage from the plane crash itself, and they've placed it into the cairn, which I did think was quite nice. You know, it's quite easy to get kind of excited about finding somewhere where a plane's crashed and, just thinking in the moment. But then there's also that side to it where, a lot of people lost their lives up on this mountain. And this was back mostly in the 1940s. And of course, they do still have relatives, descendants around now. So, although it's quite exciting finding the crash sites, you can't help but think about the people who, knew these people or are descended from them. Anyway, after I left the little cairn, I came back over, and of course, as you can see, I was packing my stuff away. Always a sad part of a camp out is putting your stuff away. It's you go up there to have the little adventure and you enjoy every moment of it, and when you leave the site, it always feels a little, eh, you know. Anyway, I got all this stuff away and, of course, leave no trace as ever. And I headed back off towards the trig point where I'd came from the day before. En route, I decided to stop at the monument to the lost pilots. So that's what you see me looking at there. And it's really quite lovely. People have actually, in more recent times, I guess these have been sitting there quite a while, but in more recent times, they have left tributes to the lost pilots. And maybe some of these are like war remembrances as well, which I can appreciate. But it was nice to stop and just, contemplate on it for a little bit longer before I headed off back down the mountain. You can see the low clouds sitting along the top of the mountain there. So at the top it was quite grey, and it wasn't particularly cold, but it was quite grey. But as I got further and further down the hill, it definitely started to warm up. And as we know, I don't do so well with the heat. So I was keeping a fairly decent pace. I really like going down hills. I know a lot of people dread it, but I love going down the hills. And the added weight of the backpack was really keeping my pace going, pushing me down the hill, so to speak. So it didn't take me all that long to get back down, but I was pretty relieved with the heat to go through the final gate where you can just see my van peeking through the gate and the hedge in the distance there. It's pretty glad to be going through that final gate and getting back to my van. Inevitably, of course, because I'm somebody who doesn't handle the heat well, I've parked in some sort of heat trap. I was delighted to get the bag off my back and get a little sit in the side of my van and just take a wee moment to ponder the little adventure that I'd just been on. And I think I was saying something to camera about how the Garmin hates me, and it just tells you that you're fat and slow all the time. If you've ever had a Fitbit and then had a Garmin, then you know that Fitbits are like, yay, you're wonderful, and Garmins are like, hey, you suck. So I was probably just complaining that my Garmin was telling me that I could basically train again anytime I felt like. I think it did. I think it said something like I could train again in like 3 hours or something, as if I'd put no effort in whatsoever. Anyway, and then I was just saying that I love you all and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.